What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber. As always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, it is driving me crazy with this background and not used to being in my studio. I mean, I don't know if y'all can know this is bothering me with this orange wall and stuff. But anyway, we're going to make this thing go. The train still keep moving. And how time has flown. Well, flown. Yeah, flown. Jury selection starts tomorrow for the sex trafficking case of Sean P-Diddy Combs. Mr. Take That, Take That. And I'm going to tell you right now, he's taking it. And here's the information so far. And they gave him a plea deal, which he rejected days ago. He's going to go in there, he's going to stand up. And I think this is a slippery slope he's doing. And we'll talk about that with commentary after this. But this is what they're talking about right now.
The sex trafficking trial of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Jury selection is expected to get underway in federal court here in Manhattan tomorrow. Combs has pleaded not guilty, but if convicted, he could face what would amount to the rest of his life in prison. Let's bring in ABC News legal contributor Shauna Lloyd. Shauna, good morning to you. It's always great to have you.
Good morning.
So many different layers to this case here. So first, could you just break down the charges for us and what prosecutors need to prove?
Absolutely. So let's look at the charges. The first, which is the largest, which is RICO. RICO is basically that he has formed a criminal enterprise with his employees in order to commit certain illegal acts. That carries a lifetime sentence, so that's significant. The second charge is going to be the trafficking. Trafficking is essentially that he was moving people by force or coercion in order to engage in criminal prostitution. So that's going to carry potentially another life sentence and a mandatory minimum of 15 years. The other is transportation for prostitution. That is essentially moving someone in order to engage in prostitution, and that carries a maximum of 10 years.
So you laid out all the charges here. What is the defense likely to argue in response?
So the defense is really going to be looking at the fact that these people who work for him, one, were not engaged in any form of illegal activity. They were unaware, or they were not participating in anything that was illegal, because that breaks the conspiracy. Also, they're going to say and allege that these victims were in a consensual sexual relationship and that these were not acts that they were not in agreement with. So that's what we're going to see the defense pose to counteract the state's arguments.
So, Shauna, you mentioned that he could be facing potential life in prison, potentially more than one sentence of life in prison. Last week, Diddy rejected a plea deal. We don't know the details, but it would have involved less time behind bars than if he is convicted. What do you make of that? Do you think that that shows he obviously wants to go to trial?
Absolutely, because let's remember, a plea deal, that's part of the incentive why they offer it, is that you're going to get a reduced amount of time. So that's not surprising. However, typically when we see people reject a plea deal, it's because either they are not okay with the terms or they believe in their innocence and they want to take it to trial to be heard before a jury.
And we're aware of the allegations in Cassie Ventura's complaint against Diddy. There is that video that was first obtained by CNN. It shows Diddy kicking and dragging Ventura. That was his girlfriend at the time. Judge ruled it can be shown in court, and we should note that Combs' defense team argues the video was manipulated. CNN denies that claim. In any case, why is her testimony going to be so important?
So we have to remember, the interesting thing about this video is that he's not actually on trial for what happened in the video, right? Assault and battery, those are state charges. What this video is going to be used is that this trafficking by force or coercion. So this speaks to what the state is saying, his nature and his violent nature, and that's how he got people to agree to do these things and to engage in these sort of sexual activities. And so that's what the video is going to be used for and presented. Her testimony is important because, as we know, she came out and she made these allegations. The video then came out to corroborate it. So when we look at credibility, there's going to be a certain amount of credibility that's given to her statement because it's now been corroborated by some outside external force, the video.
So jury selection gets underway tomorrow. How challenging could that be?
I mean, jury selection in a case of this magnitude is always challenging because we have to remember that everyone has heard about it and they have strong feelings. We're talking about issues such as, sexual lifestyle. We're talking about domestic violence. These are issues that typically people have strong feelings about. And so when you try to seat a jury, you have to make sure that either they are willing to listen to what's going to happen and change their opinion, and that they're not going to bring their outside influences in. So it's going to be quite a task to seat this jury.
Yeah, it really is. Shauna Lloyd, thank you so much for breaking it all down for us. We appreciate you being here.
Guys, there you have it. Diddy's going to trial. We'll see how this go. I'm going to be honest with you. This trial right here is going to take months. This is not going to be no 1 or 2 week thing. I would be shocked if it was. But they got a lot of people they got to interview. The feds have a lineup of people that the defense doesn't know are going to come. You know what I'm saying? And when they start calling these witnesses to the stand, I'm going to see who goes up there. Because regardless of this whole thing, one thing I'm going to focus on is how, like I say, man is never satisfied. Look at this dude. He was never really creative as a music rapper, but I mean, he had a lot of various artists that he used till he used them up and made his fame and fortune off of. Diddy made a lot of enemies. Now they said they're going to show that video. I think that girl's named Cassie, of him fighting on her. They said now it's not about the video, but they're going to use it about his violent nature. They're going to tear this dude apart in court. And when they show that video of how he did, where he threw the thing on her and he kicked where her face was, I don't know, I think he missed her. But when you in the limelight and they got you on video acting a certain way and this and that, this is going to take forever. And I hate to be a juror in this case, because this thing is going to drag out. They're going to pull out all the stops. He already said he ain't taking a deal. Did you hear what they said? Only reason why you don't take a deal, you don't like the terms, or you feel as though you're innocent. I think the latter is not that. Because there are people that can come in there and tell some of the craziest stories. Hell, we heard it and the people ain't even under oath. Imagine the people that are under oath. Imagine them going in there and saying what they know. And he's sitting right there. I seen the video yesterday. It's strange. I just seen that. That's why I'm doing this video on Diddy. I seen the video last night, a YouTube short where Drake and him was sitting at courtside at a basketball game. He tried to give Drake looked like some drops or something. Looked like something in the thing with a medicine dropper. He tried to give it to him to put in his drink. Drake covered his drink up and looked at him and then gave his face like, man, come on, man. But he had a face of disgust. That right there, where I'm looking at that is body language. This is just me. Diddy been trying to get with Drake or try to get him to drink something either that night or he knows Diddy's rep. And he made that face like, why would you do that? You know I ain't down with that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if you see Diddy's reaction to it, and some of y'all seen this little YouTube short, he got this face like he don't even know that he doing nothing wrong. This guy right here is trash. He is. And the stuff he did is going to come back and haunt him. Like I said, man is never satisfied. Look at his life. All that money, all those houses, all of that money magnifies who you are. This guy think he bigger than life. There are a lot of people out here that walk in the think they walk in the footprints of gods on the planet Earth because of their popularity and the way people treat them special. But when you get past all of that superstar exterior, it ain't nothing but flesh, blood, and bone, and a heart that beats just like you and me. I feel nothing for this dude. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Y'all think Diddy got a chance? Because I think with all this stuff out, how you going to find jurors that don't know who you are? Think about that. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Leave a comment below.